Hi guys, welcome to my channel Selenium Tech Automation. In this video, I'm going to provide you very important Selenium interview questions for fresher candidates. Okay, the most important interview questions for fresher candidates, which are going to ask from Selenium point of view. If you are attending for automation testing interview. Okay, so now let's get started. Our first question, that is called as what is an automation testing. So you can explain in this way, that is making testing process automated using the tools like quality testing profession, that is also called as QTP, and also Selenium. So likewise you have different testing automation tools. Okay, you can explain him making testing process automated using the tools like QTP or Selenium, then that is called as an automation testing. In simple words, in other words, we can tell him like it is a process of identifying various functionalities in the project which needs to be repeatedly tested, then developing the scripts and executing the scripts to validate our application functionalities. Okay, this is called as automation testing. And also we need to make some note here, that is automation testing is applicable only for maintenance projects such as banking projects, insurance projects, ERP projects and CRM projects, etc. Okay, this automation testing is mainly applicable for only maintenance projects like banking projects, insurance projects, ERP projects and CRM projects, etc. Okay, moving to the next question, what are the different types of testings can be automated? Okay, what are the different types of testings can be automated? So under that, the first type of testing here is functional testing, we can automate, and also load testing also we can automate. So likewise we have performance testings also there, where we can automate with the help of Selenium tool. But there are different types of testings are there which cannot be automated, such as user interface testing, it is not possible to automate, and also usability testing, it is also not possible to automate, and security testing, it is also not possible to automate, and compatibility testing, which is also not possible to automate from Selenium testing or any kind of tool. Okay, then going to the next question, that is called as what are different automation testing tools? Okay, as we discussed earlier, functional testing. Okay, so to do this functional testing there are multiple tools, such as Selenium is a tool where we can conduct this functional testing. Likewise QTP or UFT and Neotech test parser, these are all the different tools where we can use to conduct this functional testing. At the same time we have functional testing type of performance testing. Okay, that is called as performance testing, where we can automate with the help of JMeter tool, load runner tool and neoload. Okay, these are all the different testings where we can easily automate. Okay, these are the different tools where we can easily automate the testings, which are called as functional testing and performance testing. And also there is some tools where we can manage the reports, like finding the defects and updating the defects and getting the status from the developer. So for to do all those things, we have few tools such as Jira or ALM. Here ALM means application lifecycle management, and Bugzilla tool, Mantis tool and problem report tracker, that is PRT tracker. Okay, these are the different tools we can use to report the defects to the developer. Okay, going to the next question, what are the different components of Selenium? Okay, there are four components are available, such as Selenium IDE integrated development environment, and Selenium remote control RC, and Selenium WebDriver and Selenium Grid. These are the four major components which are available under Selenium. So that's why we can consider it as a suite level components of Selenium. Okay, so then going to the next question, what are the different automation testing tools? We have already discussed about these two, that is functional testing provided by Selenium tool and QTP tool and UFT tool. Okay, this we discussed in our previous slide. Okay, so next going to the sixth question, that is why Selenium needed exactly or actually. Okay, so with the help of Selenium, first of all it is a open source tool, and also with the help of this Selenium we can execute all our scripts, or we can test all our scripts across the different browsers, that is called as cross browser compatibility. And this Selenium will support multiple programming languages like Java, C Sharp, Python or Perl, Ruby, etc. And also we can make some repositories as well, where we can update all our code into those particular repositories. Okay, those particular repositories. So that's the reason why many of the companies or projects are using still the Selenium only. It is a high demanded tool nowadays as well. Okay, so now moving to the next question, that is called as what is the difference between Selenium 3.0 version and Selenium 4.0 version. As per my knowledge, I will tell you only 3 to 4 features which are available in latest Selenium 4.0 version. The first feature here is, in our previous versions it is not possible to capture from a web page for a particular web element. Okay, if I want to take a screenshot for a particular web element, means it is not possible in under 4.0 versions. Okay, it is possible from 4.0 versions only, where we can capture the particular web element where it is failing to click or where it is entering the some test data. Okay, at the same time they have provided some new syntaxes for explicitly wait, implicitly wait, and which one, fluent wait. Okay, so earlier we are not using like the same what we are using currently. The syntaxes means they modified the syntaxes for synchronization wait commands as well. Okay, moving to the next question, how many parameters does Selenium commands have at minimum? Okay, at minimum level Selenium can have 4 different types of parameters. Under that, the first parameter is here is host. If we are working with any specific address, then no need specific IP address, then no need to depend upon the local host. Okay, so that's the reason why we can use, instead of the local host, we can use our local machine and we can launch our browser exactly on the specific IP address. So then coming to the port number and browser and URL, if I want to work with my application, I want some browser. If I want to launch my application, I want some URL. So these are all the different kinds of parameters where we can use inside our Selenium. Okay, so then going to the next concept or next question, that is called as what is the difference between the absolute path and relative XPath. So here you can see absolute will always start from the root node till the end with the desired elements node, that is called as child node. Okay, it with this absolute XPath will starts with single forward slash. At the same time, the below is the example what I mentioned. And coming to the relative path, the relative path means it will starts from any node. Okay, if you consider one XPath is there, you can pick some part of that XPath and you need to inspect that element in such a way that it is working fine. And also this relative XPath will always starts with two double forward slashes. Okay, which will always starts with two double forward slashes. Okay, so then moving to the next question, what is the difference between the assert and verify statements in Selenium? So here assert is a statement where we can check for a web element whether it is present in that page or not. At the same time, with the help of this assert statement, if any failure is there, it is not going to allow us to go further next step. Okay, it is not allowing to go for the next step whenever there is failing occur. So when you come to verify command, means verify statements mean it will only specify whether the given condition is true or false, but it will keep on executing until your script is failing also. Okay, but overall verify statement does not stop your programming execution, whereas the assert statement will stop your programming execution. That is the difference between assert and verify statements. Okay, moving to the next question, that is driver.find element and driver.find elements. So here the name itself it is telling driver.find element method will take only one element. Okay, if you are using this web element, means it will always consider only one element, that is first web element within the current page, and it will return type is only single web element only. The return type of find elements is web element, and it will always return the single web element only. When you go to the find elements method, it is also uses it will also use to locate a particular web element on the web page, but this time it will locate multiple elements. So where in the form of list of web elements, it will return you the return type of this find elements means list of all the web elements. Okay, for example, if you consider Google search bar, so if you enter like Selenium tutorial for freshers, so you will get lots of suggestions. So to handle this kind of scenario, we are going to use this list of web elements, that is find elements method. Okay, can Selenium handle window based pop-up or not? Okay, so here by defaultly from Selenium automation testing, there was no feature to automate the window based pop-ups. So because of that reason, we need to depend upon some third party tools like AutoIT and also some Seculi, and also we have robot class. With the help of all these three concepts, we are going to automate the window based pop-ups because from Selenium it is not possible to automate window based pop-ups. Okay, but we can able to handle the window web based pop-ups. Okay, it is not possible to handle window based pop-ups with the help of Selenium. Moving to the next question, explain the implicit wait, explicit wait and fluent wait syntaxes. Okay, so you can mention him along with the examples. Okay, along with the examples you can mention, because in latest version of Selenium, as I mentioned, the syntaxes got changed for WebDriver synchronization commands, that is implicit wait, explicit wait and fluent wait. Here implicit wait will be applicable for the whole page until unless all the web elements is going to be loaded. So that's the reason why we are going to use this implicit wait condition. If you come to explicit wait, means this explicit wait condition will be applicable for only the particular web element. If you want to wait for some time, if it is waiting, I mean if I mention here 20 seconds of time to wait for a particular web element to be loaded, okay, with the help of this explicit wait we can wait for 20 seconds. What will happen if the WebDriver find that element within 10 seconds? Okay, it will wait for 10 seconds. After 10 seconds it is not going to wait because it is saving your time. Okay, then it will continue for remaining execution. When you come to fluent wait, means suppose if I mention 30 seconds of time, within that 30 seconds how many times I want to find for that element, keep on in the mentioned time slot, that is 30 seconds. So in this 30 seconds, for every 3 seconds I am going to search for a particular web element. So during this time it will keep on searching for every 3 minutes for a particular web element until unless it is going to be highlighted in 30 seconds. If it is not highlighting, means it will throw you some exception, that is called as no such element exception, or handle stale exception, or likewise you will get some exceptions. Okay, and coming to the major difference between driver.close and driver.quit. So here driver.close means it is a command by which the current window can be closed. For example, if we have multiple browser windows are open, so by using this command driver.close, what it will do, it will close always the driver focus where it is available on the opened window. For example, I opened 3 windows, my driver focus in the third window. If I use driver.close, means it will always close the third window where my window focus got placed. So at the same time, if you come to driver.quit, in the same scenario, if I open 3 windows in a particular session, so what this method will do, it will closes all the browser on the current session. Okay, that is the difference between these two methods, that is driver.close and driver.quit. When coming to the next question, can Selenium handle window based pop-up? We have already discussed about auto AIT, securely or robot class for this question. Okay, then coming to the next question, that is called as what are the different kinds of frameworks which are available in Selenium? So we have data driven framework, keyword driven framework, module based testing framework, behavior driven testing framework and hybrid testing framework. These are all the different frameworks which are available inside our Selenium to build our framework from scratch level. And don't consider TestNG and page object model as a frameworks when you are discussing about frameworks. Okay, then what is our next question here? What is the difference between get window handle and get window handles? Okay, here if I use get window handle, means I will get only the current window handle ID only, and its return type is string. The syntax for here is driver.getWindowHandle. Okay, what it will do, it will return you the currently opened browser ID in the form of string data type. Okay, and its return type is string. Okay, when you come to get window handles, means if there are multiple windows are opened, okay, so it will return you, okay, it will return you all the uh, browser windows string of type IDs. At the same time, the return type here is set of strings. Okay, the set of strings is a data type for driver.getWindowHandles method. Whereas if you come to driver.getWindowHandle, it will return you only the current browser window which is already opened. For that particular open browser window only, it is going to return you in the form of string of data type. Okay, that is the difference between get window handle and get window handles. So then what are the different annotations present inside our Selenium? As we know already, we are using TestNG concept to execute all our test cases at suit level. Okay, if we have more than 50 test cases, with the help of suit level.xml concept, we are going to execute all our test cases at suit level. that is TestNG.xml concept. Okay, so during this time, while creating our test, we are going to define which test is going to be execute first, which test case is going to be execute last, which test case is going to be have some data driven related test cases. For all those, we have different annotations such as @test, @before test, @after test, before class, after class. Okay, at the same time, if we are working with data driven test cases, we have already @data provider key. Okay, @data provider annotation is there to handle the data driven test cases. At the same time, with the help of these annotation, we can control the execution program order. Okay, we can control the program execution order with the help of this annotation. Moving to the next question, what is the difference between set sleep and thread dot sleep? Okay, if I am using thread dot sleep, means it will wait for the mentioned or the given seconds of milliseconds. Okay, the syntax here is thread dot sleep of milliseconds. If I mention 3000 milliseconds, means it will wait for 3000 seconds, I mean 3000 milliseconds in the form of 3 seconds before going to the next step to execute. Whereas if you come to what is set sleep, means it will wait for each and every command throughout all our script. Okay, instead of using thread dot sleep, we can directly use this set sleep at one time, so that your each and every line of your code will wait the mentioned time period, then only it is going to take the next step or next line. Once that line is also completed, it is going to wait for some more time what you mentioned, and then it is going for the next line of your code. Okay, that is the difference between set sleep and thread dot sleep methods. Okay, how can the message in the alert box to be retrieved? Okay, for example, if I click on any button from the UI, you are getting some alert message saying that this field must be entered, or this field should be not required, or some kind of scenarios are there. So during this time, I want to retrieve that message, what exactly that pop-up is giving or alert box is giving. So in that case, we can use this which one, store alert method. What it will do, it will get the text from that particular alert box or message what it is displaying. Okay, that is the purpose of store alert method here. And how can you verify the specific position of a web element? So there are different methods which are available to find the position of web element in a page, means specific position of a web element in a page. So what is that methods, means position by left side, and position by right side, and position by center. So these are all the different methods which are available to handle this, to get the specific position of a web element. If you want, you can search in the Google as well. And here there are three methods, or there are two methods. They are verify element position left and verify element position top. With the help of these two methods, we can easily get the specific of a particular web element where it is exactly located in the UI part. If you want more information, you can search for that concept as well. When do you use auto AT? So as we know already, by defaultly Selenium is not providing a feature called to handle the web window based pop-ups, right? So in that scenario, we are going to use this auto AT tool, where it is a third party tool. Okay, and also, can you automate captcha? So here, from Selenium point of view, it is not possible to automate and capture related scenarios, but we can enter manually our captcha and we can continue with our execution. Okay, because it is a sensitive information. That's the reason why Selenium don't have this feature to automate capture related and barcode related scenarios. And how we launch our browsers in Selenium, means how we launch our different browsers in Selenium. As we know already, WebDriver driver equals to new Chrome driver, WebDriver driver equals to new Firefox driver, WebDriver driver equals to new IE driver, WebDriver driver equals to new Safari driver. So with the help of these 3 or 4 browsers, we are going to launch our browsers with different browsers. Okay, then what is our next question? What is a locator and how to locate an element? Here a locator is means, okay, here a locator means to identify a particular web element. If I am defining one web element on the UI, means there should be some locator to be added for that particular web element to be visible. Okay, in that case, so how we can locate that particular element? With the help of locators. Okay, here the locators are used to identify any web element on the web page. So here there are different types of locators such as ID, name, CSS, partial link, XPath, CSS selector, class link test. Okay, likewise we have many locators where we are going to use these locators to identify a particular web elements or all the web elements present in the UI screen. Okay, why to choose Selenium over QTP, that is quick test professional? Okay, why we are preferring only Selenium rather than QTP? The answer here is, first of all, Selenium is a open source tool and QTP is a licensed version. First of all, Selenium will support multiple browser, and first of all, this QTP will only support Chrome browser and IE browser and Firefox browser. First of all, this Selenium we can write any programming language to automate all our application scripts, but whereas if you come to QTP, it is not going to support all the programming languages. It is only support VB scripts to automate the test scripts from QTP. Okay, these are the differences between the which one, QTP and Selenium. That's the reason why many of the projects or people are using this Selenium as an automation tool. And what are the challenges and limitations of Selenium WebDriver? As we discussed, there will be some challenges with XPath related issues, and also there are some challenges with handling the multiple windows, and also there are some challenges with handling the dynamic web tables, and also there are some challenges with handling web based pop-ups or window based pop-ups. And if you come to limitations, means by default Selenium is not going to provide any reporting feature in our Selenium. That's the reason why we are depending upon the TestNG report or extent report or LA report. Okay, and also we have a limitation here is where we are not able to automate the capture related scenarios and barcode related scenarios from Selenium. And also we have one more feature that, okay, and also we have one more feature that by defaultly Selenium is not going to handle the desktop based or window based pop-ups. Okay, window based pop-ups are not possible to automate from Selenium. That's the reason why we are depending upon some third party tools. When you come to what are the different types of exceptions, means so there are different types of exceptions. As we know already, frequently we will get no such element exception, and also we will get timeout exception, and also you will get element not visible exception, and also sometimes you will get stale element exception. There are somewhat different types of exceptions. If you want, you can search from the Google only, and also you can learn that concept, what are the different types of exceptions in Selenium WebDriver. And the last one here is which API is used for database testing. Okay, which API is used for database testing in Selenium WebDriver? So we will use here JDBC, that is Java. Okay, that is JDBC means Java database connectivity is an API. So where we can use this JDBC to perform the database testing. I have already made one dedicated video about JDBC testing in one of our live sessions. If you want more information, please go through that video as well, so that you will get more information about the database testing, how we can perform, and what are the required jar file we need to download to establish a connection between Selenium with respect to the JDBC, and what is JDBC exactly. Okay, these details I have already covered in one of our video which is related to JDBC testing, mean JDBC concept with database testing from Selenium. Okay, so these are all the different concept what I have discussed or so far. These are all the different interview questions where every fresher can expect during their interviews. So please drop a like if you like this video, and also please share this video to your friends or colleagues, so that they will also learn about the concepts what we have discussed so far. Until then, everyone take care. Have a nice day. Signing off, Selenium Tech Automation. We will connect with our upcoming videos. Okay, thank you so much guys.